Well, howdy everybody, Jughead here, and what a day. It is, it's about 3:30 Pacific time. I came out of Anchorage this morning, was up at about midnight or 1 o'clock Pacific time. Flew the freighter down, and now I'm at the airport here at Harvey Field, and here is 97 Bravo. And right there, all that stuff and this stuff, I need to quickly pack into the airplane, get headed over the hills. We got a strong westerly winds at 2,500 feet. They're almost 25 mile an hour. It's only blowing about 10 over the pass. The weather right now is good to get over the Cascade Pass, and I'll take a look at it, probably continue over to our family homestead ranch in La Grande, Oregon, out over the Blues into call it a night, and then get an early start tomorrow. So let me get things packed up, and we will be on our way to go to the Lonestar STOL competition. See ya. Alrighty folks, we're back. It's about 15 minutes later. We got 97 Bravo loaded. Here's what she looks like with everything thrown in there. Of course, got to have the cowboy hat, especially when you're going to Texas. My bags, a throw bag, my helmet, which is real close to me in case en route I was to lose power, and make sure I get that thing thrown on. My emergency hit and run bag, and then I got just some basic food, water, juices in the back. I've got all the light hand stuff, the full survival kit, bags, extra long johns, winter clothes, gloves, extra sleeping bag, that kind of stuff back in the extended baggage. Got my tool bag, case of oil, case of water, and all the tie downs. There's the chocks. The fuel is clear full. The oil is up at 6. Weather's looking pretty good here. Gotta love the side door on the 170. Dell Lehman, Mena, Arkansas. Thanks for that great addition. I think it is time to get headed to Texas via either Mom's house tonight or the Homestead Family Ranch. 115 years in the family. Happy Valley Ranch in La Grande, Oregon. We'll give you updates en route.
All right, we just listened to the ASOS on Stampede Pass. Stampede Pass is one pass straight to the south of Snoqualmie Pass, which is what I'm looking to go over. Snoqualmie has the interstate underneath it, nice low crossing. Stampede's pretty much the same altitude, it's just 4 miles south. And right now, 10 miles viz. Winds are starting to pick up in the mountains. It's 7 gusting to 17, so we're probably going to get a few bumps going through there. Visibility 10 miles, 4,500 broken. So there's some snow showers going through, but I think they're going to keep pushing through ahead of us. We can always slow down, give them a head start, and if we don't like what we see when we stick our nose around the corner, look up the pass, we'll slow down or turn around, keep working our way south. I can see all the way to Mount St. Helens, which is 100 miles south. It's sunny down there. So I know just a few miles south of us, I've got a nice clear option to cross the pass. All right, well, it didn't look very good as we stuck our nose into the pass, but right once you got past the mouth, it definitely had 10 miles viz. I climbed up 5,500, pulled the speed back just a bit to soften the bumps. I can already see all the way up to the pass, and we're going to have no problem getting over it. I'll turn this around, show you what it looks like, and it probably does not look as good on camera as it actually does out the window. Got the freeway underneath me, plain sight. I got the power lines which go through the top of the pass, and really not an issue for us. So just like I was hoping, we got getting through here safely using just some good mountain flying judgment. So we'll see you on the east side where it's sunny. All right, what a difference 15, 20 miles makes. We've got partly sunny skies, nice strong tailwind. Looking down on Ellensburg, where I went to college, RTC, and my oldest daughter, Kaylee, is going to college. Love you, boo. Out ahead of us, we got more blue skies, more tailwinds. I can already see the blue mountains that we're going to cross into Oregon. So, things are going good. All right. Woo. You know, I just love, it was a long day. It was a long day. Had to hustle home, get the last few groceries bought for the trip.
11 o'clock, almost 10 o'clock now, 1 mile.
Like just had some fruit, vegetables, some snacks, healthy snacks to just kind of munch on when I'm flying.
Trail of them is another VFR target.
A little bit healthier, keeps me going without having to stop, eat lunches. Get the airplane loaded down, loaded up, I should say. Get out, you know, but as soon as you kind of get airborne, I find on these, the stress for me going to these events and everything is the 2 weeks leading up to it. The planning, the packing, the everything, the making sure things are all good at home. God bless my wonderful wife, Mary Ann. You know, absolute trooper of a military wife. She always took care of the house when I was deployed or when I was in Korea for a year or whenever I just happened to be anywhere, and she's no different today. It's because of her love and support that I get to go out and do a lot of what I'm doing. But it's just so nice. You know, you get airborne, and I don't know if you guys are like me, but I get in the airplane, I just relax. We got great weather now, cruising over the area where I grew up, the Columbia Basin. Looking down on the old Air Force Station, the old radar sites that I remember driving by as a kid out here by Mesa. And I can already see all the way across the Blue Mountains. It's beautiful conditions right now. We still got 122 knots of ground speed or 170. That's good speed right there, 140 mile an hour. It's going to be about a 2 hour and 10-minute trip to get from Snohomish, Washington, over to LeGrand. Typically, that's a 6-hour drive. 97 Bravo's purring along nicely, and just nice to have it relaxed. So, gonna go spend the evening with my aunt and uncle, and my cousin, my uncle, his son, that I'm gonna go see, and myself. We're all born on the same day, August 25th. So we got a special relationship there. Dale, Scott, and John Counsell. All right. Game plan tomorrow then is get up early. Hopefully, the forecast is for about 36 degrees. So hopefully we don't get any colder than that. We don't have any frost. If we do, we'll just drink another cup of coffee and relax. And then let's get headed, plan on going nonstop pretty much over to Fairfield, Idaho. Well, here we are, 12 miles off, basically a big straight in LeGrand. Got 15 knots of wind right down the runway. With the exception of the first 30 miles, the weather's been wonderful. Nice, big, strong tailwinds. Clear skies all the way into Boise. Tempting to keep going, but it's too convenient to stay here. You never pass up a chance to see your friends and relatives because you never know when one day they're not going to be here anymore. Or you're not going to be here. So we'll easily go in here and relax. Weather outlook is good VFR weather tomorrow, so shouldn't have any problem getting out of here and making our way. Goal tomorrow, Colorado Springs area. So well, good morning, everybody. It's beautiful Wednesday morning. It is 8 o'clock. We are just airborne off of LeGrand. Had a great evening with my aunt and uncle and cousins and his family. We're headed down to Ontario, Oregon, right on the border between Oregon and Idaho, next to the Ida potato plant. Grab a little bit of fuel. We're actually climbing up to 7,500 feet here to take advantage of some more tailwinds today.
Baker traffic, Skyhawk 55 Echo, about 10 miles to the southeast, inbound for runway 13, descending through 6,000. Baker.
All right, so that traffic won't be a problem for us. Nice clear sky days, and it was just warm enough. We didn't have any frost coming out of LeGrand last night, so that's nice. We're 73 miles from Ontario, so starting to pick up the tailwind component here, climbing through 6,000. So it'll be a quick trip over there, grab some gas, and then we're off to Fairfield, Idaho, to go check out an airplane in a hangar and settle a dispute. We'll see you then. Well, good morning, everybody. We are just, we're 8 miles straight west of Fairfield, Idaho. This is a really cool place. I remember when I lived in Mountain Home about 50 miles from here. Used to love to come up here to the Camas Prairie. It sits up high. It's 5,500 feet up between the mountains, and so it's a nice cold-soaked place. You'll notice that it's just totally snow-covered up here right now. Used to come up here in the summer, on the way up camping, in the fall, going up grouse and chukar hunting with Jack Walburn. Cool place. Well, there's a little airport up here. Jonas Marshenko and his lovely fiance, yay! They stopped in here the other day and were showing some, looking at some old airplanes. And there was a classic Cessna tail dragger in one of the hangars. And we got debating with some guys online. We couldn't quite figure out exactly what it was. I thought it was a 120 or a 140. Some folks thought it was a 170. So we're going to stop in here and take a look and get the specifics on that airplane so we can kind of get a true answer in the debate. So we got gravel runway about 2,500 feet long coming up here. We'll overfly it, make sure there's not too soft, nothing ruts or anything. Come back in and land. We'll see you in a second. Ah, but what a cool place. Check this out. The town. 309 gas. There's that classic little airplane. Let's go take a look, see exactly what it is. Get everything shut down here.
All right, here we are. Check it out. Let's see what this is. 120, 140, 170. Who knows? I'm pretty sure I know. Sometimes you just gotta. So, document a couple things. The diagonal door on the bottom tells me it's either a 120 or a 140. Here's the IN number. I tried to look it up on the database. We got November 1783 November. I was pretty sure from the tail that tail was too small to be a 170. And here is the data plate. Final answer. Ooh, hard to read that. Let me get down here closer. Okay, it is a 120. There we go. Grab a picture of this data plate real quick. But it is a pretty nice airplane, you know, a little dust right now through the winter, but got some 26-inch air streaks on it. Nice clean interior. Stripped out interior, keeping it light. So no doubt this guy's doing some fun flying here in Idaho with it. Well, there we have it. Mr. Solve, it is officially a Cessna 120. We'll reach out to those who we were all debating about that. Thanks, Jonas, for showing us this cool place. It's been a while since I've been up here, and it's time to get headed. Wyoming's calling my name.
All right, here we are headed out of Camas. Camas traffic, Bones over Cessna 170 departing to the west. Camas. Better go find some firmer area. Got some cars to catch on takeoff roll. Alright, she'll fly. There we go, that works better. It's like all of a sudden it got really quiet in the airplane. Couldn't hear myself in the intercom. I had reached up and bumped the master switch as I was pulling the carb heat out. We're on left downwind into Burley. Grab some fuel. Burley traffic, 97 Bravo, Blue and Silvertail, Drager left base, 24 Burley. Little power, put the alternator back online. This is where Steve Hendry and I stopped for our first fuel stop out of Napa on our way to Oshkosh last year. Or low and slow to Oshkosh. He had the new Edge Performance Epix Yamaha engine. He needed to check fuel burn, so this is where we came into. Right on the beautiful Snake River. Got a bunch of air tractor crop dusters parked over there. I'm not sure why they're all there. Burley traffic, 97 Bravo, short final, 24 Burley. Wasn't as smooth as I'd like, but basically made the turn off.
All right, so people, this is absolutely cool as can be. We land here in Burley, Idaho, and I walk in, and this gentleman is sitting here with an Idaho Aeronautics hat on, and it gets to ask me where I'm from. We real quickly realized that we both went to Central Washington University. We were in ROTC together, and you were 2 years behind me?
Class of 93, yeah.
All right, and say the name again?
Flo Gagina.
Flo Gagina. And we're sitting here catching up on all our Air Force buddies that we shared with, and careers of people that we know here in Idaho aviation, and some flying cowboys that he's met. What a cool small world, and that's what I love it.
Not only that, but you know, you were on my mind for a long time, especially after you had your incident over the Gulf of Mexico. And you went through your ordeal and stuff, and we're just, you know, bunch of us were sending back phone calls and emails and stuff. You know, hey, what do you know of Jughead Counsell? So how is he doing? How is he holding up and stuff? And he was just, that was a true miracle, dude, to go through what you went through, to break as many damn bones as you did, and then actually get back in the cockpit. So
yeah, well,
God is awesome.
It wasn't my time. It wasn't my time. He wasn't ready for me. So what a cool deal. So
yes,
we're gonna finish fueling up here, get on the road, headed for Wyoming. But man, gotta love aviation.
Well, here we are. We're going out across western Wyoming, Malad City, right kind of Utah, Wyoming border. We're up here, we were climbing for 11,500, and we're currently at 11.1. We're doing about 116 knots across the ground, and we've actually run into just a little bit of clouds that I think I'm going to skirt around to the north. I like to try to keep this altitude gives me options to make it down to the valleys, and it gives me a little more ground speed up here, so we'll see.
0 Delta 1507, thanks.
Well, I deviated about 3-4 miles to the north because I wanted to try to keep the climb going, and there were some clouds that were going to keep me going 11.5, and it worked out beautifully. We had a nice little hole. I could see underneath the clouds that it was sunny on the other side, so I knew I wasn't getting into a trapped on top situation. We just poked through here easily at 11.5 with had a little bit of updraft. And now we are looking beautiful with 130 knots of tailwind and headed to Rock Springs, 118 miles away. Original plan was to go into Rawlins because we easily had the gas to get there, a little over 2 hours and 50 minutes there. But it's blowing 25, gusting to 30 there, where Rawlins is only got 8 knots of wind. So that's an easy decision. Stop early in the low wind conditions, grab the gas, and then overfly all the windy parts of Wyoming. There's beautiful Bear Lake, Idaho on the north end, Utah on the south end. And we're going to get to Wyoming. Right over there is Wyoming. So Wyoming, Idaho, Utah. Just a little bit north and west of Rock Springs, Wyoming. We've kind of been playing what if as we cross Wyoming here. Ceilings have opened up, back up high. The winds are still good. The surface winds weren't forecasted to be super strong today across Wyoming, but they are typical Wyoming, blowing everywhere from 20 to 30 to 25 to 40. So originally I was looking to head down to Rawlins or Laramie for my fuel stop, but winds were howling pretty strong there, so I thought, well, Rock Springs was only, about an hour and a half ago, Rock Springs was only blowing 8-10 mile an hour, so I said, well, I'll just whip into Rock Springs, grab gas there ahead of the gusty wind conditions. Well, the wind's picked up in Rock Springs now, so I've turned 10 degrees to the left. We're headed out to Rawlins. The nice thing in Wyoming, everything's right down the runway. And we're out now what some people might call the boring part of Wyoming. I think if that's your attitude, you just kind of never spend any time out in the desert. From the antelope to all the different birds and little squirrels and mammals and ground squirrels. There's actually a lot more stuff out there on the ground. A lot of cool dirt roads to land on. This is where Steve Henry and I stopped on low and slow out to Oshkosh to check some consumptions. It was a nice place to take a break out here on top of a lone dirt road, 9,000 feet. So we got 116 miles to Rawlins, doing 134 knots across the ground. 97 Bravo's just purring along, sitting here enjoying some nice little beer of tomatoes and enjoying the day. So we'll update you as we turn the corner and run along the front range of the Rockies today. See ya.
Well, that's kind of funny. The guy driving the fuel truck saw the Flying Cowboys sticker there and goes, I remember you guys coming through in the wet Oshkosh last year. And so he was talking about how fun it was with everybody. He said, well, Steve, Henry and I were still airborne. We overflew. And he goes, oh yeah, they were talking about waiting on a couple others. So your legacy continues to follow you, Corey, Kevin, and everybody else. Rollins says, hurry and get back here this year. Too much crosswind to taxi straight. Had to turn back around.
Can't do it.
With 20 knots of left crosswind, I couldn't hold enough rudder and enough right brake, even with about 2,000 RPM. So I was just going to take all the speed I could, go as far as I could, and when I needed to, make a left 270 to get pointed downwind. Hopefully it was going to work out. It was 200 feet to get to the runway, and there's no way I could get out along that taxiway with the wind. So take off from the grass and dirt where I landed. But it was soft. It took a long time with the density altitude, the cruise prop, the tail wheel digging in the mud to get airborne.
Well, everybody, there are the planes. Coming up on Cheyenne, Wyoming, off to our left. Fort Collins, Colorado, just to the right of the nose. We've made it back up to 11,500 feet, which is good because the mountains back behind us were beating us up pretty bad at 9.5. There's the plains of Colorado. We're going to be turning the corner, headed down to Meadow Lake Airport, FLY, cool identifier down in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and go hang out with some Air Force friends tonight.
You get some interesting footage when you forget to turn the camera off.
United 749, contact Denver.
Alrighty, how's it, everybody? Quick update. And before you start to wonder, yeah, it's the same hat as the last couple days. It's the same jacket, but Kevin Quinn told me, dude, you're going to wear this jacket all the time for everything, and he was not lying. Just like he tells the straight answer when it comes to backcountry flying and points north. Heli Adventures is the place to go in Cordova, Alaska, or anywhere in the world for the best backcountry heli ski adventures. All right, let's give us a quick update. Where are we? Well, that's kind of a hard question to answer because let me turn this around. Out this window is Kansas. Out that window is Colorado. Out that window is more of Colorado. There is Oklahoma, and out there is Texas. So we are right over the corner of all the states and the Panhandle. So we're directly over Oklahoma Panhandle, Texas to the south, Colorado to my northwest, Kansas to my northeast. We're at 11,500 feet riding a tailwind. We're going to make it most of the way nonstop on this 470-mile leg to Gainesville. And we're going to stop in just short where I can have my fuel precisely calculated so that I get to Gainesville with less than 8 gallons. I like to get there with about 45 minutes fuel left, because I'm going to have to drain fuel for the STOL competition and practice anyway. So hate to show up with more than 6 gallons, because my fuel drain jug is only a 6-gallon jug, so you got to calculate it. But we're doing good up here, and guys are starting to show up. Jeff Pohl has made it into Gainesville from Malacca, Minnesota, the home of the Sodbuster STOL competition. He founded that contest last year, did a wonderful job. Let me tell you, he is going to probably, my bet is he's going to be the man to beat in the light touring class, which is what the 170 competes in. He's got a 180 horse 170, Sportsman STOL, VGs, went out to C.C. Polcock's school and learned to fly that airplane really well. And went up to Valdez, his first ever STOL competition. And Valdez got second place. All right, that is saying something. So I'm looking forward to spending some time with him, watching him fly. You know, if someone's out there going, hey, I really want to learn to maximize my airplane, there's a lot of good instructors out there, but C.C. Polcock out in the corner of Nevada, Arizona, and California is a great guy to go see. He will really teach you to max perform your airplane and give you a good tail wheel checkout, flight review, backcountry flying, mountain flying, all sorts of that. So as I watch my videos, I notice, and a couple people occasionally ask me, hey, is your seat uncomfortable or something wrong? Because you notice a lot I do this in the airplane, and it's just a nervous twitch of mine. No, my seats are comfortable, my clothes are comfortable. I just kind of, I don't know, I've just always done it in airplanes. In the Eagle, when you check 6, you lean forward, turn around. In my airplane, I'm always looking forward around the wings. And a lot of other airplanes, I find that I typically am, my kind of normal thing is I lean forward and look forward. So don't worry, don't have any medical issues, don't have coronavirus driving me crazy up here. It's a no mask zone. We're good up here. So that's the update. We are 321 miles from Gainesville. Getting back in my old Air Force stomping grounds. Going to fly right over Shepherd Air Force Base, where I went to pilot training, class 908, just a little long ago. It'll be good to fly over them and see the old stomping grounds. All right, we'll get y'all later.
Of course, Altus Air Force Base approach control vectors me directly underneath the C-170 1,000 feet below him, with no concern for wake turbulence. I informed them I would be descending. Frederick Airport in Oklahoma is a joint-use civilian and Air Force auxiliary field. I flew T-37s out of here when I was going to Shepherd Air Force Base back in 1992. It was good to go back and check out some of the old stomping grounds.
There we go. Good old springtime in Texas. Things are greening up, looking pretty. Coming out across here, there's your tower down low. We're
traffic, Bonanza 40 Kilo Tango, 5 miles to the southwest, inbound landing Bridgeport.
We're 56 miles out. Well, we are getting close. We're less than 30 miles to Gainesville. It is, look at the lake. It is perfectly calm. The boys are practicing. We got potential for some weather tomorrow. I think a pretty good potential. And here more airplanes coming in, so hopefully all of Doug and the sponsors' great efforts pay off. Can't thank enough Aviat Husky Aircraft, Lad Gardner Insurance.
I came into Gainesville behind 3 Super Cubs. They put us to the pavement and then gave us the option to go into the grass. In game, spacing got tight on the guy ahead of me. I didn't like it, so I just went around. We had a great trip to Texas. Now it was time to get into the competition in narration mode.